everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, and welcome to my review for Terminator Dark Fate. This was directed by Tim Miller, the man who gave Deadpool the CPR he needed for at least 7 years, and it stars Mackenzie Davis, Natalia Reyes, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Linda Hamilton. It follows a woman named Dani, played by Natalia Reyes, who is being hunted by a liquid metal hybrid Terminator sent from the future to kill her. She is protected by a an enhanced human named Grace, played by Mackenzie Davis, and they encounter Sarah Connor, reprised by Linda Hamilton, and they have to fight off the Terminator because Dani is very important for the future. Despite getting modestly good reviews, I was not excited for this movie at all. Take into account the fact that Rise of the Machines, Salvation, and Genesis, or Genesis as I choose to call it, were all terrible. However, I am a massive fan of Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. I think they're both excellent movies. So every time something Terminator related is coming out, I do get some level of excitement for it. But not this time. There is a sizable community out there who, when it comes to bigger franchises like Star Wars, for example, they basically adopted the attitude of Star Wars is dead and Kathleen Kennedy killed it. Similar to Friedrich Nietzsche's quote, God is dead and we have killed him. I don't consider myself one of those people. I try and keep an open mind about these things. If these franchises are going to keep going, they're going to need to tell different stories with different people. I understand that, and I respect that. However, this movie is terrible because across the board, in terms of filmmaking, content, and just everything in between, this movie is horrible. My one lone positive is that the actors are at least trying to give good performances. The best actor in the entire movie is Natalia Reyes. I hope she gets better roles after this because she does deserve it. She is giving 300 times more effort than is needed for this script and this movie, so props to her for that. Linda Hamilton also gives an enjoyable performance as well, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is Arnold Schwarzenegger. He brings his own unique brand of charisma to the role, and he was the funniest part of the movie. Mackenzie Davis, who plays Grace, the cybernetic human, is just kind of there. She could have literally been played by anyone. And that's a shame, because I like Mackenzie Davis. I think she's awesome on the AMC show *Halt and Catch Fire*. But she is given nothing to do. Similar to Gabriel Luna, who plays the Terminator in this one. He definitely looks the part for a Terminator, but again, is given nothing to do. He just stands there looking menacingly. When you look at the other Terminators like Schwarzenegger and Robert Patrick, and they were involved. They were kicking ass, they were dropping one-liners on occasion, and Luna was just there off in a corner all by himself. Also, let's not forget to mention the fact that the action in this movie is terrible. It's very bad. There was not a single action sequence that I thought to myself, you know what, that looked real. No, it all looked like it was from a PS3 game. Whenever somebody punched someone in this movie, I was just expecting to see a big pow or thwop or thwap like the old Adam West Batman TV series. And whenever Mackenzie Davis is flying around, I was expecting to hear the Mario theme when he's jumping, like boing, 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 boing. But the biggest insult that this movie gives to literally anyone who watches it is the fact that the movie tries its hardest to be Terminator 2 and fails miserably. And I'm not just saying that I'm just making something up that doesn't exist. No. Literally, Terminator Dark Fate turned to T2 and was like, hey man, can I copy off your homework? And T2 was like, sure, just change around some answers. Terminator Dark Fate. You don't even need to have seen the movie multiple times to know when the callbacks are coming, because they're literally in your face. Do you all remember the scene where Schwarzenegger enters the bar and walks up to that big biker and is like, I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. There's a song playing in that bar. That song is in a scene in Terminator Dark Fate, where the Terminator crashes into something and walks off to the tune of that song. How lazy can you be? But then, of course, there is the scene. I'm going to spoil it here. I normally don't talk spoilers in my normal reviews, but in order to establish some form of context as to what makes this movie bad, I must spoil the scene. So fast forward to this time code and you'll get my final thoughts and my rating. Here we go. The movie starts out with the footage of Linda Hamilton going crazy in T2, where she says, "You're going to need 2 million SPF sunblock or else the world is going to go up in flames," hinting at Judgment Day. Then we cut to a beach with a bunch of skulls on it, and then we cut to Linda Hamilton's voiceover saying that "I stopped Judgment Day," yada yada. Then we see a de-aged Linda Hamilton and a de-aged Edward Furlong as Sarah and John Connor respectively. And then from beyond the corner, there is a de-aged T-800 Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he shotguns John Connor in the chest. No dialogue scene, no nothing. It just walks up and blows him away. Not only is this scene a massive middle finger to the Terminator fan base as a whole, but it basically discounts even T1 and T2. It's basically the movie announcing on a big banner for everyone to see, the other movies do not matter because we say they don't matter. This scene could have worked, and I know that that's probably an unpopular opinion, but the scene could have worked if they only made the rest of the movie good, and they didn't. Instead, as I stated, they made their own riff on Terminator 2, and it was painful. At the end of the day, Terminator Dark Fate is the worst of the Terminator sequels. I would rather watch T3, Salvation, hell, I'll even watch Genesis shit over Terminator Dark Fate. This movie's absolutely horrid. There's no redeeming qualities at all, minus the actors are kind of trying. But I hope that there are no more Terminator movies made after this. The franchise is dead. Let's just leave it that way. Whew. Wow, that feels like a massive load off my chest. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. I try and keep my videos as positive as possible because there's a lot of negativity on the internet and I'm just adding to the noise. But I'm sorry, this just could not be helped. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.